All right, today we're cracking a code. It's a code that's written on pretty much everything we eat, and honestly, it's kind of designed to be misunderstood. We're about to peel back the label and uncover some truths that are, well, they're pretty surprising.
I mean, think about it. It's a simple question, right? When you grab something off the shelf at the store, you just kind of assume you know what you're getting. But what if there's a whole other story on the back of the package? A story that's designed to be completely missed. And here's where it gets a little twisted. What if the biggest mystery isn't just what's in the food, but how our own brains are totally wired to react to it? You see, it's a two-part code, and today we're going to crack them both.
So, our investigation kicks off with a very familiar character, one who absolutely loves a good disguise. You already know who I'm talking about, sugar. And it is hiding in plain sight, in places you would never, ever expect.
Just take a look at this. On the left, you've got what looks like a super healthy granola bar. Looks good, right? But on the right, that's its ingredient list. It looks more like a chemistry textbook than a simple snack. And this, right here, is the heart of the problem. What looks so simple on the front is an incredibly complex puzzle on the back.
And you have to understand, this is not an accident. The language on these labels can be intentionally complex. It's a code, really, and the food industry has gotten very, very good at using it.
And what is sugar's secret weapon in this whole code? Aliases. So many aliases. At least 56 of them. That's right, there are at least 56 different names for sugar that can pop up on an ingredient list.
I mean, just look at this parade of disguises. It's overwhelming. You've got maltodextrin, sucrose, evaporated cane juice. Here's a good rule of thumb. If it ends in O's, if it's called a syrup, or even something innocent sounding like fruit juice concentrate, it's probably just sugar in a clever costume.
And this is not some small niche problem. The data on this is just staggering. Nearly 7 out of every 10 products with a barcode in the US have added sweeteners. It's everywhere, in sauces, breads, salad dressings, way beyond just the candy aisle. You know who's taking this seriously? The scientific community. Just look at this graph. The amount of research funding and publications for just one of these hidden sugars, maltodextrin, has shot through the roof since 2021. The secret is definitely getting out.
Okay, so that's the problem. And yeah, it feels pretty overwhelming, doesn't it? But you're not helpless in this. Not at all. It's time to build your very own food detective toolkit. It's all about learning how to read the clues.
Here are 3 dead simple steps to becoming a food detective. First, you're always going to scan that ingredients list for those sugar aliases we talked about. Second, you're going to use a really simple trick called the 5-20 rule. And third, you'll learn how to spot the clues of an ultra-processed food. The 5-20 rule is seriously your new best friend for quickly scanning that nutrition facts panel. For any nutrient, just look at the percent daily value. If it's 5% or less, that's considered low. If it's 20% or more, that's high. You can use this for all the things you want to limit, like added sugars, sodium, and certain fats. Simple, right? And how do you spot one of those ultra-processed foods? Well, look for these telltale signs. A crazy long ingredient list, words that you can't even pronounce, and things that you would literally never find in your own kitchen, like protein isolates or the infamous high fructose corn syrup.
Okay, so now you have the toolkit to decode the food itself. But even with all these tools, it can still feel like you're fighting this constant uphill battle. And that brings us to the second part of the code I mentioned at the beginning. Because the most powerful algorithm influencing your food choices, it might not be in a factory. It might be inside your own head.
You know, it's really easy to just point the finger at the food companies for hiding all this sugar. And look, they definitely play a role. But what if there's a much deeper reason these foods are just so popular? What if we are biologically, and get this, socially programmed to seek them out?
This is where things get really, really interesting. Researchers analyzed almost 600,000 food posts on Reddit to figure out what makes a post go viral. In red, you're seeing words from the most popular, most engaged with posts. In blue are words from posts that were basically ignored. Just take a second. Do you see the pattern here?
Let's just make it crystal clear. The words that absolutely light up social media are things like cheese, fried, pizza, and bacon. And the words that are associated with posts that get totally ignored? Salad, veggie, green, spinach. The pattern is, well, it's undeniable.
And here is the absolutely stunning conclusion from that research. It's not just about what tastes good.
higher calorie density is a powerful predictor of online engagement. Our ancient brains, the ones that are wired for survival, they see high-calorie food and our internal reward systems just light up. In the digital world, that feeling translates directly into likes, shares, and comments. Calories have literally become a form of social media currency.
The data scientists even proved this with a predictive model. When they simply added nutritional information, like calories and fat, to their algorithm, its ability to predict if a post would go viral jumped by 4%. Now, 4% might not sound like a lot, but trust me, in the world of data science, that is a huge leap.
And here, you can actually see that hidden force at work. This is a special kind of chart that shows what factors push something towards a certain outcome. Now look at the row for calories. The red dots, those are high-calorie foods. They're getting powerfully pushed to the right, towards going viral. And the blue dots? Pushed way to the left into total obscurity. This is the algorithm of our collective appetite, visualized right here.
So we have a food system that hides sugar, and we have a digital ecosystem that amplifies our craving for it. It feels like we're caught right in the middle. But knowledge is power. It really is. And it's time to take back control.
So this is the hidden feedback loop we're all caught in. Food companies load up their products with hidden sugars, and then our own social media feeds, driven by our subconscious biases, reward and promote those exact same foods. It's a powerful 1-2 punch.
But here's the good news. Technology can actually be part of the solution here. The same AI that can predict virality is now being used in apps that can act like your own personal nutritionist. You can scan a barcode with your phone and instantly get that entire complex ingredient list decoded for you.
Which brings us right back to our final question. We started by trying to crack the code on our food labels, but we ended up discovering a second code, the one that governs what we all pay attention to online. So now that you know both, the question isn't just what you'll choose to eat, but what you'll choose to like.